Hi beautiful people, Alicia here at Cosmic Gateway. So this video I just wanted to make to help people understand energetically how to work with triggers. So I'm just going to talk you through at the end of the video a guided technique. Is one of the many techniques that I use working with my that I've worked with over the years, and I teach to my clients through sessions. So a great part of my work is not only doing energy sessions, but giving people tools to help their own self-mastery process, their own ascension process. And I feel that that's such an important part to allow people to come to their own self-empowerment and their own conclusions, and give them basically tools to help them facilitate going through their process. So triggers are actually, even though they're not fun when you're going through them, they are a necessary part of transforming in our own personal evolution. So when something happens that creates, first of all, if you're not familiar with the term of a trigger, what is a trigger? Trigger basically is, generally it's an external situation that presents that triggers a deep emotion within you, or a mental response. It can be both, can be a bit of both, but generally working with the emotion. So what happens is that there is, lower level emotions and high level emotions. And as we're working through our own ascension process, we're moving into higher frequencies. So anything that is in a lower state works out of us through our ascension process. And so that's where triggers are a necessary part, because something will creep up and come in. And this can happen in various ways, but probably the most common one will be interactions with loved ones, family, friends, or it can be just general public, where someone will do or say something and that triggers a very deep emotional reaction within you. And it's really important to point out that that has happened to give you an opportunity so that you can clear and release that. Some things are a lot more deep-seated than others. So some particular emotions or situations may take more chipping away at, where others may be cleared easier and faster. And I think it's really important to stay very consciously aware of that process, so that you don't get into what I call the 3D mind or the ego mind, and get into victim or blaming the other person for doing something that's upset you. Because really what's happened is they've created a scenario to for you to examine something that happened. And when I say when something happened, triggers can generally, that emotion can be sitting in the energy body from childhood. It can be sitting in there as part of clearing on an ancestral level, and it also can be sitting there as part of a past life memory. So energy is very vast, and we carry lots and lots of different energy imprints, and as we go through our ascension process, it's a part of clearing that. So when that trigger occurs, that can be something that's very, very ancient, or it might be something that you can really quickly identify and say, oh yeah, that's something I've been, dealing with since childhood. That's been one of my core issues, you might say. So what I like to do is get people to have a different level of awareness of why that situation has occurred, and what is the growth and opportunity, and how they can shift it. And one of the easiest ways to, I want to say reverse, and that's actually the wrong word, but one of the best ways that we can shift our external reality is by working with the energy. So nothing occurs by coincidence, and everything happens in accordance with our own vibration. So if something's occurred in your life, there's a resonance, or there's a lesson, there's an opportunity and growth. So I say to people, when a trigger occurs, remember it's all energy. and connect with that energy. Don't shy away from it. It's just energy. It's an emotion. Yes, it can feel overwhelming and scary and very uncomfortable. But the more you can connect with that, the easier it can be to shift it. So connecting with it is the first step, acknowledging it, understanding it. So sometimes it can help people to have a conscious level of awareness of where that may stem back from, whether it's this lifetime or other lifetimes, or it's something that's connected in with our ancestral DNA and conditioning. Sometimes it's not necessary to know all that stuff, and we can bypass that and just check in with the energy and shift it, like locate it in the body and be able to shift it and transmute it into something else. So quite often when triggers happen, what's happening in the body energetically is something that's been very deep-seated rises to the surface, and it's very easy to clear once it comes to the surface. So as things are coming up, you're going through spontaneously. You know, a lot of people are going through this spontaneously, not even conscious of the process that's going on, and this is happening because of all the Earth's influx and this high ascension energy that's coming in, that's spontaneously happening to everyone on some sort of level. So to work with it can give you a sense of comfort and knowing that it's coming up so that you can go through that release. And so going back to what happens is, as you go through that release, generally once you've shifted that energy, you've also collapsed a timeline. And when you go through that, then you go through a bit of a quantum jump in your own evolution, so that you can shift. So often when you go through a big energy shift and release, a lot of things will change or rearrange in your physical reality. So that's why this work is so important, and it's really important to go through it consciously so that we can continually shift and grow and evolve. So what I'd like to is just guide you through a quick visualization that I often use, which is very, very useful to help consciously work with triggers. So if you're not experiencing a trigger right now, you might want to come back to this part another time, or you might just want to think about something that you've been working on, which is, you know, an emotion that comes up connected to a particular situation in your life, and you might just want to connect with that now. But whatever it is, connect with something that is, how do I say, something that's been present within your experience, and we'll work on shifting that. So I would invite you now to close your eyes and take a couple of deep breaths. So just breathing in and gently exhaling out. With each breath, you start to feel your body become more relaxed, and just find that gentle rhythm of your breathing. And as you do, just start to bring an awareness to your physical body, how it feels. Bringing your awareness within. So noticing how it feels. Not judging, just observing and being the observer and noticing. So as you're doing this, we're going to bring in consciously whatever energy that has been triggered, or whatever it is that you're working on. Bring your consciousness or your awareness to whatever that is right now, and notice where it's located within your body. It might be in the stomach or in the heart. Just paying attention and going with your first intuitive instinct, where it sits. And connecting with that just connecting in to what it looks like. Perhaps it has a certain color or different colors. Connecting in with shape or size. Perhaps even a texture or a different consistency. Just noticing how that energy feels. You might even sense it as physical pain, or it might just be an uncomfortable feeling. And I want you to connect in and notice what emotions are connected to that particular energy. Once again, just going with the first that comes to mind, whatever emotion it might be hurt, it might be anger, sadness, whatever it is, just connecting with it, not judging it, and just being the observer and connecting with it. And there could be pictures or stories around that. Whatever it is, just connecting with that energy. And as you do, what we're going to do now is we're going to bring in some light in through the body. So we're going to bring our awareness now to a beautiful light that starts to come down, connect into the top of our head. And we start to bring this through. This is a high frequency energy, and you might see it or feel it or sense it. And as you take another deep breath, as you guide this energy through your body, you move it through, and you can start to feel the cells in your body start to come alive a little bit. You might feel tingles. As you draw this energy into the place where that trigger energy resides, bringing it in and allowing this high frequency, beautiful, pure source energy to encompass it with love. And as that energy moves through, you start to notice this energy start to transform, transmute, and shift or dissolve into something completely different. Noticing that energy start to change in color, shape and size, texture, and notice the emotion start to change into a different emotion, whatever the opposite is to what it was. It could be joy, it could be love, acceptance, surrender, whatever comes to mind for you. So as you allow this energy to transform, completely transform that, you expand this beautiful high vibration and this transformation, you expand it through your body. Really taking it in and allowing it to completely start to move and ripple through your energy body. Noticing that transformation happen within your body. So as you take a couple of deep breaths now, so just breathing in and gently exhaling out. Taking another deep breath and exhale, you start to bring your awareness back into the here and now. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And just take a moment now just to notice how you're feeling. Noticing the subtle or perhaps bigger shifts that have just occurred. So thank you for allowing me to take you on that journey and through that process. I hope that that was really helpful in shifting your own awareness and shifting your own energy. I'll wrap it up at this point. So as always, sending you lots of love and joy and bliss and a really good surfboard to ride these cosmic waves as they come in. And I feel that that technique, sharing that technique, is really important at this time, because as we go through these higher waves, it's really good to have tools and techniques to help us manage our own energy, our own emotions, and our body. So if you're interested in, if you felt quite a significant impact from that technique and you'd like to learn more, I will leave in the description box a link to my website, to my services, and you can have a look at the different services that I offer. If you're not sure and it's in language that you don't understand, but you just feel like you're drawn to working, or you feel that I could be of service in helping you through your own process, feel free to drop me a line and send me an email. I'll put that details below. But until next video, I hope to share more of practical things that you can do as part of my gift to you all, and thank you all for subscribing and sharing. If you feel that this would be beneficial to someone that you know or love, please feel free to follow your own guidance in doing that. But until next time, sending you guys heaps of love, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.